we got to watch this video about dude and from I don't know where he from, but he killed 6 to 13 people, whatever. That he got arrested for killing 6 people. His mom, I think his mom, dad, uncle, brother, sister, cousin. That's 6 people. But he just said some crazy shit, y'all. We finna watch this shit, man. This shit like 10 minutes away from my house, man. Let's get into it.
Yo, man, you killed 6 people? Did you kill 6 people, sir? Huh? 13. They just...
What the fuck, man? You just heard it from him himself, gang.
You killed 13?
13 people.
Okay. Why'd you do it?
7.
Did he say saving or 7? Girl, please, I ain't asking your ass. We can.
Eligible for the death penalty. The district attorney's office is going for the death penalty. In some cases, just said.
WTVA. Man, that's our news, man. We got 2 news sources for our area. The GTA area. We call it the Golden Triangle, not Grand Theft Auto. Golden Triangle. I don't know why they call it GTA, but it's basically GT. But they call it GTA in our area. Like our area, like a big ass triangle, like a couple cities in a big ass triangle. Mississippi area, the GTA area. It like Starville, West Point, Columbus. I think Tupelo, but Tupelo an hour away though.
I thought you were talking about the game. I was like, no, that's definitely GTA.
No, GTA the game for sure, but
I was confused. Was it my fault, brother? I was in your conversation for no reason. Thank you for the chilies, man.
it's straight. But they call this big ass area with like all these cities in one little area, and they called the GTA. And I'm reacting to the video of the dude. He killed. See, he was arrested for 6 people, but he said he killed 13 people. He killed his mama. He killed his mom, dad, brother, sister, little cousin, and uncle. And he killed 7 more folk that he just said he
They
killed.
don't know about it. Fat Mom as well, but they
They got to get worse punishment. They got to get worse punishment.
Yeah. Shit fucked up. This our news lady.
People murdered 3 different crime scenes. A family executed in cold blood by one of their own.
But I tried to do all I, can to help them, to save them. But I couldn't. And that's weighing heavy on my heart because, now I think, boy, what if I did this and what if I did that? It would have been, a better outcome. But I just don't know. I tried.
And if there was a burglary, that could be another capital murder charge. So, broke into a house and theft was a charge, I think. And then attempted sexual assault. That's captured with the child abuse. So, yeah, it's the worst I've seen. It's the worst I've seen. I never had. I don't know.
Man, I encourage, and I don't want to encourage y'all to do it, but I feel like I encourage everybody, all y'all who genuine, get y'all a strap, man. And I prefer y'all to get y'all a 10 millimeter, man. Like, this shit crazy as hell, gang. The year just started.
Everybody, if you can get a gun, get a gun.
Yes, man. If you can get a strap, man, get you a strap, man. Especially if you be in the house. Especially if you got kids, get you a strap, man. Put that shit up. Learn how to clean your strap, disassemble it, reassemble it.
We love the TikTok shop.
Yes, hide that shit from your children for sure, but you can teach your kids how to use a weapon though when they turn like 4 years old. I would encourage that. But keep the guns away though from the kids so they won't be, you know what I'm saying? Because a child just got a child just got accidentally shot. Well, they shot themselves accidentally because they were using a gun. Teach your kids how to use a gun properly, and then keep that shit away from them. That's how I look at it.
Across the state,
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
two deaths when you've had multiple
the person in the house that owned the gun or the parents.
Yeah, like I grew up with somebody, and they got 2 kids, and one of their kids died recently because they shot themselves with his gun, and that shit was sad as hell.
In Lafayette, what is it? Why I said, oh, in Lafayette, somebody, 2-year-old shot a 4-year-old. Yeah, they're wild.
Man, that shit crazy, man.
it's very rare that you get both of the Captain Butter charges. Yeah, this is I probably say even national. This is a very, very
Real stuff.
rare situation.
When I start off by saying something like this, I mean this with no judging.
Y'all double tap my screen, man,
And I'm gonna
please,
try to
man.
take a good look at this picture right here. This what drugs and stress get you. This is a picture of a 24-year-old man. So if you thought
That nigga 24, man, dude look like he 34. Man, dude look like he 34, gang. This nigga right here,
I can't see that. But
man. I'm 26. I'm 26, man. That dude, his hair grow back here on his head. He ain't got shit up here, right here.
like that, yeah, my brother like that.
Man, and then I just exit out the video.
You have a good one, bro. Hey, peace. How much are you follow, dog?
For one, his girl did not cheat on him, man. Nah, that was something else. I had accidentally got out of the video.
Life and taking care of myself. I'm taking the kids on a walk and I'm trying to get in a workout.
Yeah,
What can I
let's
do
go.
with 20 minutes in a stroller.
We're going to sprinkle in a few easy moves to get that heart rate up and those muscles working. All while keeping it real and mom friendly.
Man, oh my
Yeah,
god.
like it's just having a little coach in my pocket. It always gives me new ideas and things I never thought of before.
So if you thought your life was hard, think again. This man was arrested for killing 6 people in 4 different locations in the span of just hours. The victims was basically his immediate family. Father, brother, 7-year-old cousin, uncle, plus the
Can y'all double tap the screen for me, please? And you can send some gifts too, but I'm not gonna beg, okay?
What can make a 24-year-old man age that fast? With so many people in the comment section after the recent news say that's not the guy they remember. A man that had so much hate towards not only his pastor, but his family. What would make him do such thing?
Oh, he killed his pastor too.
Right in front of our faces.
Oh my
We're not
God,
talking about
man.
nobody flaws when it comes to anybody habits, whether it's drug shopping, etc. But when we being honest and say drugs and unsolved emotions like having grief towards your family can make you explode and age faster than you think. And fam, in this intro, I want us to say something out the gate that honestly was hard for me to explain without really getting upset. Apparently, this perpetrator was aroused between taking these victims' lives and forced himself onto his 7-year-old cousin, who was the only female victim, before fatally shooting her in her head in front of her mom and siblings. And just by that alone, you clearly see.
So he raped the 7-year-old cousin before he shot her in the head?
I hope he gets shot.
Man,
Mind you, GTA.
GTA for sure.
I don't condone rape.
Man, they just said that he forced himself on his 7-year-old little cousin before he put a bullet in her head. You know what, bro? I'm just not gonna have my kids around nobody, bro. Simple.
We dealing with someone that's not all the way there mentally. So as you can see, this
Cause I've been dismembered, man.
while exposing this man, presenting the facts, and paying our respects to the victims. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you
Bro, in GTA, bro just retarded.
And make sure y'all tap in if you can get your daily heartbeat.
Dude like this, bro, is just retarded. You hear me?
Okay, good.
Retarded.
So get that daily heartbeat at the top of the screen. Make sure y'all tap, 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 tap.
Retarded? Retarded. You You get me?
Like,
Retarded. Because you can't say it on here.
We'll jump right to it. Fact, today we headed to Cedar Bluff, Mississippi.
Make up a new word.
Cedar Bluff,
Make
Mississippi.
up for it. Thank you for the love, y'all. Thank you.
Place we'll probably never hear about unless something tragic happens like in this video. After doing my research, I found out it's rural, quiet, tight-knit, have long stretches of roads, few stoplights. Everybody knows everybody, or at least knows of everybody. In places like this, crime doesn't move loud. It moves personal. There isn't constant police activity. There isn't a heavy media presence. So when violence happens, it cuts deeper because it disrupts the sense of familiarity people rely on for safety. Out here, grudges don't get lost in crowds. They sit, they simmer, and sometimes they grow. And that's where the drug factor matters. In rural areas, like many places, drugs don't just create addiction. They intensify raw emotions. Not much to do. Jealousy turns into obsession. Arguments turn into vendettas. Old beefs that should have stayed in the past get pulled into the present. Growing up there was a 24-year-old man, Rico Moore, also known as Rico. After looking up some information, he went to a school called Western. He was a man with no criminal history. But all that had changed on Friday, January 10th, 2026. A place where only 20,000 is the population. 6 were killed in the span of 24 hours. And what authorities say, by just one man. Police say the rampage began just before 7 p.m. at a home on David Hill Road. Moore allegedly fatally shot his father, Glenn Moore, 67 years old, uncle Willie Jean, 55, and brother Tim Moore, 33. All loved, supported, and left behind a heavy heart. May all 3 rest in peace. Love and condolences to their families. Police said the suspect then stole Quentin Moore F-150 pickup truck and drove it to the second crime scene, where he allegedly broke into the house and tried to sexually assault someone before killing a 7-year-old girl, whom the sheriff said was his cousin. She was identified as Makila Gaines. May she rest in peace. Love and condolences to her family, the child's mother, and the 2 other children were in the home.
I can't help but to feel like, I could have did more. But I try to do all I, can to help her, to save her. But I couldn't.
Man, you got to be sicker than HIV mentally.
Ooh, I'm excited. Y'all.
And that's weighing heavy on my heart.
I have lost so much weight.
Boy, what if I did this and what if I did that? It would have been, a better outcome. But I just don't know. I tried.
After the girl was killed, Moore allegedly put a gun to the head of another child, believed to be even younger. Scott said Moore then drove to a home on Griff Road, where investigators found aluminum-colored truck hidden behind.
He killed another child.
They discovered the bodies of Barry Bradley and Samuel Bradley, a pastor and his brother, both shot once in the head. The pastor last sermon was the first Sunday of 2026. Check out his message. May they both rest in peace. I love and condolences to their families.
All the saints of God, I say on the first Sunday of the new year, praise the Lord. Amen. I'm starting out with it. If a God give me, I'm in with it. Amen. We got to continue to lift up the Lord. We got to continue to know that God is in control. Amen. As Minister Gill was saying, it's time for us to get out in the hedges and the highways. Do you hear me? Amen.
broken on that day. Clayton County Sheriff Eddie Scott said at the news conference, law enforcement had arrested Moore at a safety checkpoint about a half a mile from the second crime scene. The search included local officers and those from Mississippi Highway Patrol, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, and the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics. District Attorney Scott Collins said the charges could be upgraded to multiple counts of capital murder from murder. Now, before I let you guys check out the news conference, the mom finally spoke up. As you can imagine, man, it probably was one of the toughest things she had to do. She went to Facebook a couple days later and said the following: I'm finally getting enough strength to even make this post. I never thought I'd be going through this or even making funeral arrangements for one of my children, especially my baby girl. I have so many questions, so many things I don't understand. My heart is shattered into pieces and I'm hurting. But Kyla brought so much joy to my life and so many others. She was the sweetest girl in the world, and I'm not okay. But I know a God that's going to strengthen us through all of this. I've seen all the calls, texts, and inboxes. They are greatly appreciated. Please keep the prayers coming because we most definitely need them. Please give me the time to process all of this and continue to pray for my family. Rest well, my sweet girl.
Briefly want to talk about an incident that occurred last night here in Clay County on January the 9th. We want everybody to understand that this investigation is in the preliminary stages. It's ongoing, and investigators are working 4 separate crime scenes. So understand the information is going to be coming, but it has to be thoroughly investigated before we make releases. Today I'm going to release you preliminary information, and please understand that some of this is subject to change as the investigation continues. But on January the 9th, 2026, at approximately 6:56 p.m., Clay County E911 received a call in regards to gunshot victims at 299 Blake Road in Cedar Bluff, which is going to be in the western part of Clay County. Deputies arrived on the scene at 7:03 p.m. The investigators revealed the following: that on January the 9th, Derek Moore, as you see here on the screen to my left, black male, age 24, allegedly shot and killed Glenn Moore, age 67, Willie Ed Gewins, 55, and Quentin Moore, 33, at a residence located at 123 David Hill, Cedar Bluff, Mississippi. Upon arrival, deputies discovered the gunshot wounds to the head. The men were pronounced deceased by Clay County Medical Examiner. Moore then allegedly stole a Ford F-150 aluminum in color belonging to the deceased brother, Quentin Moore. It is believed that Erica Moore then traveled to 299 Blake Road, where we initially got the first 911 call. Once at that residence on Blake Road, Moore forced his way into the home and attempted to commit a sexual battery while armed with a handgun. At some point, Moore, in front of witnesses, allegedly shot and killed a 7-year-old female at the home. Upon arrival, deputies discovered the 7-year-old had suffered from an apparent gunshot wound to the head. The 7-year-old was pronounced deceased by Clay County Medical Examiner Alvin Carter. It is believed that Moore then fled to the residence on Blake Road in the stolen truck, and at some point traveling to 1965 Salome Griffin Road in the western part of Clay County. During the investigations, Clay County investigators were directed to this Griffin Road residence by a 911 call. Upon arrival, investigators discovered the stolen truck hidden behind the house. While at the home, Clay County investigators discovered apparent forced entry to the rear of the residence. This led to the discovery of 2 deceased males. They were identified as Barry Bradley and Samuel Bradley from Columbus. Both men appeared to have suffered gunshot wounds to the head and were pronounced deceased at the scene by Clay County Medical Examiner. At this point, law enforcement established a perimeter. Moore was later taken into custody of an incident at the intersection of Pine Grove Road and Joe Myers Road in western Clay County. He was taken in custody by members of the Mississippi Highway Patrol, Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics, Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, the U.S. Park Service, U.S. Marshals, and other law enforcement agencies. Once in custody, investigators discovered that the vehicle Moore was operating had allegedly been stolen from the residence on Siloam Griffin Road, where the two males were discovered in the house. Moore is currently...
So he took the truck that was at the house. He took the truck that was at their house, that black F-150, I think. He took that truck and he went to the woman, I think LaShanna house, or wherever her daughter was, and he killed her.
Charged with first-degree murder. That charge will be upgraded here shortly to capital murder, with additional murder charges forthcoming with conjunction with the District Attorney's Office. Clay County investigators are coordinating with the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations, the Mississippi Criminal Laboratory, and the Clay County Medical Officers and the District Attorney's Office. A preliminary hearing right now is scheduled for Monday, January the 12th, 2026 at the Clay County Court Complex. Again, that is subject to change. This safe apprehension of our suspect was only possible due to the assistance of our local, state, and federal partners who responded quickly to our community. I will say at this point, we do not know the motive for these acts. We are continuing to work with all our partners to complete a full and thorough investigation. Again, this is ongoing, and information subject to change. We're asking anybody out in the public that has any additional information to please contact the Sheriff's Office or the Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers with this. We want to do say that we all lift our hearts in prayer for the victims and families. Again, this is really, really shaking our community. And for me,
type of case where the death penalty is going to have to be really looked at. I mean, and when I say that, there's certain legal processes that we have to go through. We have to continue the investigation. You have to go through with mitigation experts. There's going to be mental evaluations done. But after all that's said and done, if he's eligible for the death penalty, the District Attorney's Office is going to go for the death penalty. You got to have some cases. Well, typically I would consult with the victims and, wait down the line. But there's some cases just that they've got to get the worst punishment. They've got to get the worst punishment. 6 people, one night, several different scenes. You've heard the allegations. They're about as bad as it gets. If he's eligible, we're going to go for the death penalty and let a jury decide his fate. So, just want to again reiterate, thanks so much. Sure.
The fourth scene to be where we took the suspect in custody at. Again, it was what we believe to be the stolen car. Also, evidence and stuff recovered from the vehicle. So again, that was worked by MDI. So that's considered a crime scene.
Was he caught at a roadblock, you said, or?
Yes, ma'am. It was a safety checkpoint. Again, law enforcement had set up the entire area out there. If you moved, you had to go through a safety checkpoint last night. He came through one, and that's where he was taken into custody by some of our state and federal officials.
So do you believe this was a random shooting, or was it targeted?
Again, we don't know. That's motive. We can't. I put it like this. This guy has not been on our radar. We have not had any reports, anything prior leading up to this. So what his state of mind was, what was going on with him, that's part of the investigation right now. So again, remember, this is really raw. We've been out all night processing crime scenes. Again, we got 4 different scenes. That takes time. It's intensive for my guys. The crime lab actually didn't finish up till this morning. So our guys are back in at it today, starting to go through the information. So when I tell y'all, this is just preliminary. That's exactly what it is right now. There is some stuff that could change. Hopefully we'll have more details. Personally, I don't know what kind of motive you could have to kill a 7-year-old. It's just none out there that you can explain to me why this would happen. But again, as I was saying, it should be pretty hard too. But right now, like I said, my focus is the resolve of solving this case for our victims and being there for these families and doing what we can to support them. So again, I asked our communities, our churches. I know that some of our local churches are getting together, some prayer groups. It's going to be lifting them up. So, any other questions?
What relationship between the deceased and the suspect?
next location, which is going to be on the
Save $28 or more when you join Planet Fitness.
Yeah, that was his immediate family. Like, he killed his mom, dad, uncle, their little cousin. His brother and his sister. And I think he killed another brother. So that's at least 7 people.
So, yeah. So we do know that the Glenn Moore, I'm sorry, Father. Yeah. So the Glenn Moore is going to be the father. The Willie Ed Gewins is going to
Glenn Moore is his dad.
be the uncle. Yes. And the Quentin Moore. Yeah. So the Glenn Moore is going to be the father. The Willie Ed Gewins is going to be
Willie Ed Gewins is his
and the
uncle.
Quentin Moore is going to be the brother to the suspect. So all 3 family members. I will say that the one on Blake Road is also a family member. They went to. Yes.
Okay. And what about the people around?
We don't know that one yet. We know he was a pastor out there at the church. But again, other than a pastor relationship, that's all we know of now. But again, this is still ongoing, so we hope to get some more information on that.
You talked about how this is on the worst ones you guys have seen. Are you giving like mental health counseling and training to your guys as well as those in the community?
Well, we will at some point. I mean, this is always available for us, but I'm going to tell you right now, we are so zeroed in on working the case. You know, when everything's over and done with, we'll sit back and at that point in time. But we do make sure that it's available. It's tough. It's tough on us because all of us has got families, and when you look at this, you know, it breaks your heart. So again, that's part of my job is to make sure that my staff stays mentally and physically fit. But right now, I'm so proud of them because, you know, they focused on what's got to be done. We're thinking about the victims of this, and we want to make sure that we dot the I's and cross the T's because any mistakes on our part can jeopardize what our district attorney's office does. And we take pride in what we do because it's my job to make sure that I serve the people to the best of my ability, and therefore I've got some of the best staff it is out there.
And what was the name of that church that the pastor was Apostolic. It's Apostolic Church. It used to be Apostolic Drive. I guess they changed their names on that. But it's Apostolic Church on Solomon Griffin Road.
Sheriff, this is the second mass shooting in Clay County in less than 2 years. I know they're not related, but what do you say to, I guess, the community, the families, just knowing that, you know, this has happened, you know, in this community twice in the last 2 years?
Well, unfortunately, it's happening all over the country. And that's what we see. And we're put in a position where we have to be reactive. You know, if we've got people on our radar that we can deal with on the front side, but when you got individuals that just show up and start shooting because they have disagreements or they don't like something for whatever reason, it's hard for law enforcement to stay ahead of that. And
I think the man on the right, guys, I think that the guy all the way on the right, the black man, I think he the mayor. This guy right here that's talking, this is Sheriff E. Scott. The guy, I don't know who the woman in the back is. I never seen her for it. The guy beside him, that's the chief deputy. I don't remember. He looked familiar, but I don't think I seen him before though. And I ain't never seen the guy over there all the way to the right. My left though.
in this case right here, again, this is reactive for us in this situation because this guy went on our radar. I mean, this is family members that he went after, and nobody has reported anything to us. So, you know, again, it can happen anywhere. You know, the best thing we can do is just stay on our toes and get out here and promote, you know, this anti-gun violence. It's just too much of it going on. We're seeing it, guns are readily accessible to anybody. That's the other thing, you know, we check and see where he got the weapons from. Were they his weapons? Did they belong to somebody else? Did he steal them? So there's questions like that we're digging in right now. And again, it just takes time because there's so many questions, and it just takes us time to focus in because when we get an answer, we want to make sure we got the correct answer and the one answer that we can give our district attorney's office that can be used in this case.
You said weapons.
where the Mississippi
He
Crime
had to
Lab
use
comes in,
at least 3 weapons.
testing and all that for us and get back to us. So again, we don't.
He probably
know
used
that.
2 though.
Does it appear to be more than one weapon?
Yes.
We don't know.
He definitely used more than 1 weapon, gang. He definitely used more than 1 weapon, gang.
Yeah, understand when the Mississippi Crime Lab comes in, they take control.
They gotta do that autopsy shit though, so they can actually confirm that shit though. Like you can't just say shit. You got to progress into the investigation. So it's just progression that we waiting on.
They do the processing. Our guys is there to assist them. So
This shit just happened like 4 days ago. And this shit literally like right around the corner, like right down the road. Like I can go out of my drive, turn right, go all the way to the 4-way, turn right, go past my auntie out down the little curve, go all the way, and it ain't no stopping until you get to Clay County. And then you turn left onto the highway, the main highway of like Tibbet, and then you going through Clay County to get to West Point. Boom. This shit take 5 minutes to get to that stop sign at Tibbet before you turn left to go to West Point.
right now, we're waiting on preliminary information from the crime. We don't know when that'll be.
Conversations should this tragedy force about violence prevention in communities here in Mississippi, in your cities and towns, and across the U.S. really?
So what was the first part of the question?
What conversation should this tragedy force, to prevent gun violence really?
Well, again, it's a problem all across the country.
Yeah, for sure. People can get guns. Like you can go into the pawn shop and get you a gun. And you don't really have to do too much. And then Buddy ain't got nothing on his criminal record before he do some shit like this. So they don't know if he on drugs, if his mind was just bad, his mental health. That's why I always speak on mental health, man. Because you never know what boundaries you will cross whenever you going through some shit mentally. You will do some shit you promise yourself you will never do. You will go against your own moral code. You versus you.
And everybody's trying to come up with a suitable answer for it. As of yet, nobody has. So I don't know. Again, a situation like this, you've got a family member that attacks his own family. So what do they move for? Whatever.
That shit ain't funny, girl. What the fuck is you laughing at? That shit ain't even funny.
Well, again, a situation like this, you've got a family member that attacks his own family. So what do they move for? Whatever the reason is behind it, we're hoping that we'll find out.
That shit ain't funny, man.
You got mental health, you got drugs, you got all kind of stuff that contribute to an act of violence.
She could be laughing to keep from crying though, so I ain't gonna even do her like that. But that shit ain't funny.
It's taking place. And again, like you said,
People like people in the law enforcement and shit, they got to go through so much trauma, and they be having to keep that shit in. So I understand, but that shit ain't funny though. I understand you trying to laugh to keep them crying and stuff. I understand that.
we've seen it here in our community several times. Again, we get put in a position where we're reactive. We want to be more proactive, getting out here, talking, hey, put the guns down. But again, you got to find out the reasoning, what's going on with violence.
Going back to the Lord, the suspect, when you guys plan on having a bond hearing or him before a hearing before a judge, like what's the next steps?
Well, so right now we have what we call a preliminary hearing scheduled for this coming Monday at the Clay County Complex.
On the 19th. So they're gonna be on the 19th. Hey. Yeah, we can match. Yeah.
We don't have a time set just yet. It's going to be depending on the availability of our prosecutors and our judges. But right now, we're looking at Monday, which will give the investigators time to come together on all the charges.
Hey.
Have these charges upgraded when we go
Hey.
to the judge for any type
We can
of
battle.
bail hearing.
Thank you. You look nicer. You look nicer.
Well, I mean, it's natural to have fear. I mean, when you get these type of reports of something happening, again, this is our smaller community over here in the area. This happens. There's a lot of families out there. So when you hear something like this, fear is automatically what you're going to do. Because again, we see it on the news all the time of violence happening all across our country. So I understand. We understand the fear. Again, we just ask our citizens, when you have something like this going on, just let us deal with it. Let us deal with it.
Let's go, guys.
Were there any additional injuries or property damage?
No other injuries has been reported. Again,
Yes, there were. He just said that he had killed more than 6 people. He killed 13. It ain't on the file, but he said it. It's not on file, but he just said it on camera.
this is ongoing. I can't tell you that we're going to get a call in a few minutes. I'm going somewhere else. As of right now, these 6 fatalities is what we've been made aware of. This is what we're investigating.
Are you and your investigators confident it's just one shooter?
As of now, all the evidence that we have, all the witnesses that we have, lead just to one shooter at this point in time.
We'll have a question for Scott. This being such a large potential case,
Right.
You're already shooting off a real life
Scott. Okay.
potential case. I guess how much resources will your team have for both of these within both of these organizations?
She'll have these resources. She'll have the resources she needs. She's very confident. The district is very blessed to have Trina working for us. And she did a great job with the Oasis. They're very different, though. I do want to point out, those are very different situations. The Oasis is about a conflict resolution.
Hey.
Tyree.
Hey.
Tyree, can you take our word today? Cause your mama's stranded in Memphis, and Tyree, I can't see good at night. She just got off the plane, and she's supposed to get a rental car, but she said she can't get it because of her Mississippi license. She got new license, but anyway, it's a long story. Tyree, tell me what is you gonna be able to do that night? Cause you'll be a lot better than me going up there.
I have to use somebody's car cause I need an oil change.
Yeah, you can use my car as long as I can use yours.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you the key.
Well, is you gonna be able to go and get her? I want you to call her first. She's stranded up there in Memphis.
Okay.
Are you gonna call me right back?
Yeah, I'm gonna call her.
Okay then. Tyree, you gotta go and get ready because when somebody's stranded. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm finna go get her.
Alright then. And bring me your key before you leave because you gotta get mine. I gotta run up here to this lawyer's office for Shay.
Okay. Okay.
You tell me, Tyrese, I can't see at night.
I'm gonna go get her. Okay. Alright. Man, I feel like that's really it for this video, man. Make sure y'all leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Was picking up more attention that town had in almost a decade.
Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, man. This story is crazy as hell coming from my state, where I'm from. And that shit so fucked up because he ain't got nothing on his criminal record, but just going hell. He deserve whatever he gonna get though. And I hope he get more than what they'll do for somebody who white. I don't know why I said that. white people don't be getting no charges though. Like they white people do shit like this all the time, and they don't be getting penalized for it. Like a lower percentage of white people who be doing shit like this get that shit. The same, they get shit like this. Like they get the death penalty, but most of them who do shit like this don't, because they got people who love them in the law enforcement agency. And then, you know, if y'all don't know, the sheriff shit, like the whole foundation and everything, was founded during like the most racist time, like slavery. It was founded during like, I think it was founded like around slave times. But y'all make sure y'all leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe, please. Cause we only going up, man. But thank y'all for watching, man. I really appreciate it. See y'all later. I'm gonna try to post more. I've been going through something with my ex, and we might just be having a kid in like a couple months. So I'll update y'all on that. But I'll see y'all later though, man. Love y'all, man. This shit hurt my feelings, man.